Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In the middle of editing today's video, and the beginning of the video had some really weird audio, so I figured rather than reset everything up and reshoot, we would just do it right here. So this is a review of the M1 Moto 508s from Bikes and Beards. Enjoy the video, guys. So we have the M1 Moto gloves, and then for comparison I have a set of Built gloves, a set of Z1R gloves, and a set of Biltwell gloves. All of these gloves are a size large, and they all have pretty similar features, but these are all more of a budget option, while pricing wise the M1 Moto are more of a premium option. So I'm going to set these to the side, and we're going to dive into the M1 Motos. So first things first, Bikes and Beards managed to ship these really fast. I had them within a few days of ordering. They feel of good quality. The leather feels good. It's good thick leather. They're reinforced with Kevlar to give added protection in an accident. The zipper is a nice feature. They are a pretty warm glove. I've rode with them down to about maybe 35 degrees and no complaints of my hands getting cold. And that's, for right now, all I have for the pros. Now, before I dive into cons, I want to go into some things I'm unsure of. So the first thing I'm kind of unsure of is the pricing on them. So I paid $125 for these. Okay. Not entirely sure that this is a $125 glove. I think this may be more in line with being a $75, maybe $80 glove. The next thing that I'm a little unsure of is the airflow. Now, I could feel air coming through the knuckles, through the perforations, but I have not had a chance yet to wear these on a very hot day. And we will get to why I have not had a chance to wear these on a very hot day. My next thing that I'm unsure of with these is, I guess it's not really that I'm unsure of, but they're made in China. All these other gloves that I'm comparing it to, with the exception of the Bilts, are also made in China. The Bilts are made in Pakistan. Not really a pro, not really a con. I'd like to see them made in the USA, but I understand that would make the price of the glove go up substantially more. So, not a pro, not a con. And the last thing that I'm unsure of with them is safety, which I am unsure of on all of these gloves. I have not wrecked. I take that back. I have wrecked while wearing the Z1Rs, but only thing that was damaged in the wreck with the Z1Rs were my boots. So, and I'm not going to go out and crash a bike to test these. But if you go over to Bikes and Beards, Sean has done some pretty good testing of riding around, sliding his hands on the ground and stuff. So I believe they are a safe glove. I just personally, from my own experience, cannot attest to the safety of this glove. So go watch the video at Bikes and Beards where they test these gloves by sliding them on the concrete at different speeds and kind of formulate your own opinion there. But I have no reason to believe that they wouldn't be safe. Now we're going to get into some of the cons. So the first con we're going to get into is the sizing. Like I said, these are all large. Put these on. I used the sizing chart on their website, and these things fit really snug right in here. Now the problem with that is it may not be a problem for you, but for me, I have carpal tunnel syndrome. And what happens is some days my hands swell. Again, not a fault of the glove. But when that happens, it gets to where I struggle to move my hand. And these gloves kind of aggravate that more. Even on days when my hands aren't swelling, that pressure right in here squeezes my hand right there, and it causes some inflammation for me. It causes my hands to swell, and that limits my riding time. Because once my throttle hand swells, it gets to where like I can't grip the throttle, and I found that these definitely aggravate that, where none of these other gloves have done that to me. The next ding I'm going to put on these is the touchscreen ability. So there's a pad on the thumb and index finger to use these with a touchscreen. I'm touching my phone right now. See, it works, but not very good. It's not accurate at all. So I find the touchscreen feature on them to be absolutely useless. The best comparison for the touchscreen capabilities is going to be the Biltwells. The Bilts and the Z1Rs are not touchscreen capable. So if you see on the Biltwell how easy and how accurate that happens to be. Sorry if you hear my cats fighting in the background. And the last con is going to be, again, this kind of goes with the sizing, is the fingers are extremely droopy on these. Like, I don't know what model they use to size hands for these, but look how much space is in the end of all these fingers. When I'm on the bike, that makes it hard to actuate my cruise control, change my radio stations, operate my power windscreen, because you have no dexterity due to these droopy fingers. Again, comparison. The Biltwell. No droopiness in the fingers. The Z1R. No droopiness in the fingers. The Bilt. No droopiness in the fingers. These are all size large gloves. And only the M1 Moto has droopy fingers. So guys, that mostly sums up my thoughts on these gloves. I've got about 1,200 miles of riding with these gloves. The first day that I owned them, I put 600 miles on with these gloves. And since then, they've mostly set in my trunk, because I prefer to wear this Biltwell glove over these. So I guess the question is do I regret buying these? No. I got to support Bikes and Beards. You know, Sean's a great guy, and they make great content. They're good people over there. Also, by buying these and giving my opinions on them, hopefully we can help develop a Gen 2 of these gloves that iron out some of these kinks. So ultimately, would I buy the M1 Moto gloves? Yeah, I would. I mean, are there some issues with them? Most definitely. Are those issues just issues for me? Possibly. So would I recommend buying these gloves? Oh, that's a hard one. So they're not a bad glove. If you have longer fingers, they may work well for you. If you don't have carpal tunnel, they may work well for you. But I may advise waiting for a second generation M1 Moto glove to come out. I have not reached out to Bikes and Beards. They've done nothing wrong. There's nothing to rectify here. All the issues I have with these gloves are issues with my hands. So your mileage may vary. If you are interested in these gloves, I will put a link to them in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, bang that subscribe button. If you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Links in the description. Comment below, what kind of gloves do you prefer to wear? So, guys, thanks for watching. I'm out.